All right, everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. So like I said last week, I think it was Sunday, I can't remember the day, but I said I was going to meet up with the membership development person from the IBEW. So that's what I did today at noon. I went and had a meeting with him. And I brought all your guys' questions. I just want to let you know this up front. I brought all your guys' questions and I brought a bunch of my own. And we only got to answering my questions in the time that we had. I'm assuming we'll be meeting again, and I'll bring your guys' questions to the next session. But I'm gonna present to you the questions that I brought and the answers that he gave me for the questions that I had. So if you wanted your question answered, just letting you know it's not going to be in this video. These are just my questions that I brought and the answers that he gave me, and it was really helpful to me. So I just want to pass that information along to you guys. Maybe this will help you make a decision about the union. Just maybe clear up some information, myths, or rumors. So I'm just going to jump right in. The first question I said was, why do you guys promote $50.35 an hour if there's like a whole bunch of deductions on the check? If you look at my pay stub, it says every week minus $40 for member dues, and then another deduction, another $40 deduction for something else. And that was basically the dues on the sheet that he gave me. It's in the car right now, I'm sorry. But it is not anything, it's not like any hidden thing. It's actually part of what I signed up for. It just looks like a lot more money because it's based on the hours you work. So if you work 40 hours a week, some of those dues are like $1 an hour, or some of them are like $2 an hour. So it just adds up, and it just looks like a lot more money than it actually is. In the second question, I said, like, what are pensions? How do they work? And like, why do you do pensions over 401k? Is it pre-tax or taxed? So he went ahead and said that the 401k is basically a lot less money. What we have in IBW 48 is the pensions, and also like the 401c or 404c. Don't quote me on that. 404c. So it's similar to 401k, but you get back a lot more money, if I'm repeating that correctly. And the pension basically pays out for life. Like once you retire, you get paid out for life. If you have like a 401k, then you can run out of money if you use it all up. So in a pension, say for every year that you work in the union, you get $33 per month for the rest of your life until you die. As far as like a 401k, if you take out so much money and then all that money disappears, then it's gone. So a pension is really good because it pays you the same amount of money for the rest of your life until you die. So if you work 35 years in the union, you can get up to like $10,000 a month, and that's never going to change until the day that you die. And that's just one of the pensions that we have. We have, I think it's 3 or 4 different pensions, plus like a flex health plan, which is also really great. So there's a lot of benefits to being in the union. Like I was saying before, you probably heard me say this before, even if I got paid the same amount of money that I was working non-union, I would still want to go to the union just for the benefits of the retirement alone, just because it's so much money that they give you, like $14 an hour just for one thing, just to name it. And then like for the flex plan, they give you like another $1.30 an hour. So over the year, like the flex plan is like, I think it's like between like $2,000 and $5,000, and then all the pensions and stuff that they give you is like at least $30,000 to $50,000 a year. So it's just ridiculous, and it's really good. So and the pension is also not related to the stock market. So like if you have $50,000 in a 401k, the stock market drops, you're going to be looking at a big loss. But if you have a pension, then the pension is never going to lose any money. If I'm saying that correctly. I know that some of the pensions that we have, or some of the retirements, I think the 404c is kind of in the stock market, so that one can go down. But as far as the other 3 pensions, those ones will stay the same till the day that you die. as long as you work that certain amount of time. So like if I work 1 year, then there's a vestment period, so I have to be in the union for 5 years before I can be eligible. But all this time that I'm working, these 5 years, it will be like set. I don't know how to explain that, but once you work your 5 years, then you're like set. If you don't work the 5 years, say you worked 4 years, and then you're not eligible. But if you come back within 5 years and you work that last year, then you're set and you're eligible. So you meet the requirements. The requirements is 5 years to be in these pension plans for a couple of them. One of them is from day one, which is the 404C, which is the Harrison Wells Trust Fund, if I'm repeating that correctly. I should just go grab the paper so I'm not saying all the wrong things. And then my next question was for the pension additions per check or week. Like what is the additions per check or week? And then what's the vestment period, which I just talked about, collection age and things like that. So the vestment period is 5 years for the union that I am in for a couple of these pensions, and then those years don't have to be non-consecutive as long as you get the 5 years within a 5-year span if you leave and come back. And then I wrote down on paper, which I don't remember what that means, but one of these, every year that you work, you get $33 a month for the rest of your life once you retire. So if you retire at age 65, you're going to get $33 a month for every year that you work. So if I work 1 year, just say I work 1 year, but I technically wouldn't be vested. If I worked 1 month, if I worked 1 year, I would get $33 a month for the rest of my life. If I work 2 years, sorry, if I work 2 years, then I would get $66 a month for the rest of my life when I retire, and so on. So when you're eligible for 5 months or 5 years, sorry, I'm butchering this. So after 5 years, you will get $165 every month minimum for the rest of your life once you're vested. So once you retire, you'll get $165 a month. And then the next question I had was, I think basically how you access and check these contributions and what the money is at. So basically he just told me on the website of IBW48, there is a giant section of all the pension plans and even the credit union that they go with for the vacation fund. So I just have to go to the website and sign up for these 4 or 5 websites, and then I can check all my contributions, how much money they've been putting in for me, and if any money's gone up or down with like the 404C, and how much money is in my pensions. Next question I had, how do I have choices of choosing options to invest in? So for the number 9 district pension plan, or that was the 404C, I'm getting these two confused. So the number 9 404C has like 20 different options to invest in, and this one is based on the stock market, which can go up or down, but most of these are just pensions that will never go down, which is really good. And then I also was talking, my other question was, how do I sign up for the IBW credit union? And he was just saying go to the website, so that's super easy answer. And then for the vacation fund, I said why not put it on the check, it's easier. Or I said why not put it on the check, and then he said it's easier just to put it into its own separate account in its own separate credit union. So if you ever have to switch companies or anything like that, it's the same exact thing. You're like, if I leave my company that I'm at right now, everything is tied to me, which was what he was explaining, which was helpful. If I leave my company, everything is tied to me, my health care, my vacation fund. So I don't have to set something up every single time that I switch a company in the union. If I do switch companies, everything is tied to me, so everything goes with me and doesn't stay at my old company. So all the pensions and stuff come with me, and I don't have to sign new pension paperwork or 401k or 404c paperwork every time I switch a company. Everything stays with me, so I don't have to fill out that information again, which is great. Um, and then the next question I had was if the vacation fund is tax free, and he told me that the money is already taxed, so that's good. So I don't have to pay taxes when I take out the vacation fund. Um, and then my next question was, do you get do I also get vacation through the company that I'm working at? And he said he doesn't know. It's kind of up to the company, but usually because we get paid for the vacation fund, they're not really going to give us anything extra. It's pretty much going to be the same, about the same thing, whether you get certain amount of time dedicated for a vacation from a company or through the vacation fund that you earn per hour. It's going to be pretty close to the same thing, and it's just going to be easier to do the vacation fund, because then when you if you ever have to leave a company, you're not getting screwed on vacation fund or getting paid for that. You're not going to lose anything. So I think it's a great idea as long as you can access the money easily. I hear that you can, so that's great. And then my last question was, why is there a call system? Why can't I just call a company and find work for myself? And he was saying it basically wouldn't matter because there's so many jobs in the area that I live in, but they're trying to keep a system, a book system to help you find a job, so everyone has a fair chance. All the companies that you work for are different. Not every single time that you finish a job or take a job and finish that job, you're not gonna not there's you don't, you're not always going to go back to the union hall. That's kind of like a myth that he was telling me, like, oh, every time you take a call, you have to go back to the union hall once you finish a job. But a lot of companies try to keep you on. So that was helpful. Also, some people sign the books and never join. So I don't remember my number exactly, but I think I'm like 380 or 460 somewhere on the books. So there's 460 people in front of me, but some of those people have signed the books and never joined. So say some non-union guy signed the books 20 years ago. He's never joined the union, but he's still ahead of me. So the number system doesn't really matter because there's so many jobs out there right now. There's like 63 jobs as of today, or 100 some jobs that are available that we don't have enough workers for. So you have like 60 different choices, 60 to 100 different choices to find a job in the union right now if you want one, as long as you're in the union, of course. A little bit different for apprentices, but yeah, the number system doesn't really matter as long as there's so many jobs out. Say everyone loses their jobs, then the number system will matter because you're going to be in front of someone else trying to get a job if all 5,000 union workers are laid off or whatnot. And then lastly, he was just saying that it used to be like if you knew like an uncle or something or a friend in the union, you could get a job easier. But because of the call system, it's not a buddy system. Everything is fair game to everyone. So they're trying to make it as fair as possible. And then the other last thing that he told me was just like some stuff about the union and some myths and some stuff as far as I know, the union that I work for isn't against the non-union. Like they're not against. It's not like a competition. We're all out here to work and get money, But he's just saying that even if we get raises, he still wants the non-union to get raises as well. He's saying like it's an open door kind of policy. Like if you want to join the union, come. If you don't, then don't. He's not like against non-union. He's not out there bashing people. He's just trying to inform people of like what the union is and how great it can be if it's something that you're interested in. Like he was saying that he's never had to pay any money for healthcare in his 21 years that he's been in the union, and I know a lot of non-union people pay at least like half their medical, which can be like anywhere from $200 a month up to like $800 a month. So to have medical completely for free for 20 years is really great. especially if you have a family and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to cut this video off because I've already talked a lot longer than I thought I would. So hopefully this gives you guys a little information on some questions that I had and the answers. So hopefully that helps you out if you had any questions similar. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Stay tuned. I will get your questions answered. And I assume that we'll be meeting another time in the future, or at least having a phone call and going over some of your guys' questions and getting your answers. So with that being said, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. It'll help out the channel, and I'd love to see you guys back in the next video, especially if this is something you're interested in. Stay tuned and check out the description for anything else to follow along with social medias, or check out my other video playlist. I'll probably make like a union playlist here soon, just with videos and stuff like this. And lastly, don't forget to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload or do live streams. Thanks guys so much. God bless, and have an awesome rest of your weekend. Peace out.